Folks, we'll start in the left there with Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
This week, just trying to evaluate your performance today.
Yeah, I mean, definitely winning isn't easy, but Tulsa, we knew they were a good team coming in. And, I mean, they do some funky things on defense to where if you get greedy, I mean, you can cause turnovers, and that's kind of what happened. Kind of got greedy on that one play, but I mean, yeah, they drop 8 every play, so I mean, it's kind of tough to find windows and work the pass game, but we got the job done, so that's all that matters.
How do you feel like you are getting off of maybe that first read and getting to that second read with no play?
I mean, I do what the coaches ask me to do. I mean, every time the play comes, I feel like I'm good at it. I mean, got to go over the film and see how I did, but I mean, when it comes to that, I feel like I'm pretty good.
Front row, Dan Hope.
Hey, CJ, you mentioned last week that you weren't, fully healthy going into that game. It looked like you were favoring your shoulder a little bit today too. Or were you feeling healthy out there?
Yeah, I mean, I was healthy enough to play, so I mean, definitely not 100%, but I mean, who is 100% around this time? So I mean, we had a job to do. I mean, we definitely got to fix up some things on the offense, but all in all, winning isn't easy, especially when everybody has a big target on your back. So I mean, definitely have to get better, but I was healthy enough to play, so thank God.
Front row, Clay Hall.
CJ, Garrett had, I think, 6 catches, several yards. Olave didn't have a catch. Is it just you're reading what's open and you're going to whoever?
Yeah, I mean, both great receivers, definitely do amazing things. But, I mean, today I guess it was Garrett's turn. I mean, that's kind of how our offense works. But Chris, he'll bounce back. I mean, of course, we had some calls at the end. I think that he would have had a great game if some certain things didn't happen on the field and whatnot. But Chris is a great player. He'll be all right.
And right next door, Tim May.
Yeah, what was it like to have a kind of a front row street to Trevion Henderson's day? I mean, set a school record for a freshman, 277 yards rushing, broke Archie Griffin's record. What was it like watching him from that level? What did you see special about him today?
Man, we already knew he was special. I mean, he has a God-given talent. I mean, he put it on display today. Showed the whole nation what he can do. I mean, and he just started. So I mean, it was amazing watching him do what he did today, and I feel like he'll do even better.
And what were they doing defensively that just was a little bit confusing at times, CJ? I mean, they were rushing. It looked like they were shooting guys from all over the field at you and things like that. Just what was special about their defense?
Yeah, I mean, they run a 3-3-5. So I mean, that's anybody who knows football knows that's very tough to play against. Especially we already knew coming in, there's not just easy completions on the field. So I mean, it was hard trying to get a rhythm going. And then with their defense, they want you to just snap the ball every play and just get 5, 5, 5. And then if you get greedy, I mean, that's how you turn the ball over, and that's kind of what happened. But yeah, they were a great team, great defense. But I mean, we definitely should have been better.
All the way to the left, Bill Rabinowitz.
How much of a learning curve do you have still, and how much do you think today might accelerate that just because you did struggle?
Yeah, I mean, every game's a learning aspect for me. I mean, I'm only 19 playing as a redshirt freshman. There's no excuse, but I mean, I still have a lot of football to learn, and I feel like I'm getting better and better every week. I mean, I know a lot of people probably don't agree with that, but that's okay. I mean, I have a God-given talent, and every time I go out there, I give it my blood, sweat, and my tears. And that's the problem with the media or whoever it is. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm gonna keep my faith in God and my teammates, and they have their faith in me, and I'm just keep going. I don't worry about the negativity. I'm all about being positive, and I feel like I'm a great player. I mean, of course, everybody has mistakes, but I know I'm a great player.
Front row here, Austin Ward.
CJ, I know you're probably sick of talking about that shoulder already, and I know you're not making excuses. Is it possible there have been conversations that you may need to not play games or rest it, or what is the situation like during the week with the pain and what you might be dealing with?
Yeah, I mean, it hurts, but I mean, life hurts. So winning is tough. So I just have to grind through it. I mean, there's been plenty of guys here who grinded through injuries, and I mean, that's just playing football. You're never at 100% after that first game. So I just thank God that I was even allowed to play this game today. I mean, to even be healthy enough. So, yeah, it's tough, but, I mean, I feel like I'm a tough guy a little bit, but I'm going to keep trying, keep going.
Got time for a couple more. We'll go to Rob Aller from the Dispatch.
You talked about there's room for improvement. What specifically, where do you think you need to improve when you're in these games?
I feel all over. Definitely of course, today, I mean, everybody looks at the interception and whatnot, but we got a funky look on that. So, I mean, maybe seeing coverage is better. It was a weird defense they ran with that 3-3-5, and it was not something that you see every week. But, I mean, yeah, maybe seeing the coverage better today. Of course, I wish my arm was 100%, but throwing the ball better, being a little more accurate in the beginning of the game, I think that'll get our rhythm going. So, I mean, yeah, those are all things I can work on.
We got Coach Day ready for you, so we'll just do the last question here. Colin Gay.
CJ, what is that perfect balance of just the Ohio State offense at this point? You've seen, I mean, whether it's the passing game over the first 2 weeks, Trevion kind of stepping up today. I mean, in your opinion, what is that perfect kind of balance of what you want the offense to look like moving forward?
I mean, it's just execution. The execution starts with me. So, I mean, I have to do my job better, and I definitely have to execute the offense at a high level. So, a perfect balance, I mean, we haven't done it yet, and I feel like we'll be the best offense in the country if we can do that. We have great receivers on the outside, great linemen. I mean, our linemen are huge, and they move people, and they're great in pass protection. Our tight ends are great. Our running backs are great. I feel like I'm a great player. So, I mean, once we put all these things together, and it's still early in the season, man, so definitely once we execute at a high level and every single play we're going 1-0, I think we'll be okay.
All righty, CJ. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Appreciate
guys.
it.
God bless.
Overall, great to get a win. Kind of get last week out of our system, but certainly a lot of things to work on. It was great to see the defense come up with that big sack, and Cam to get the interception at the end of the game. I thought they battled throughout the game, but still a lot of things to work on both sides of the ball. It was great to get the run game going today on offense. That was something that was a huge emphasis going into this game, and then also stopping the run on defense. So again, those things were accomplished. Some steps in the right direction in a long journey.
Folks, go ahead and lower your mask when you're ready to ask questions. First question, front row right, Tim. Tim May, Letterman Row.
Ryan, now that the week is behind you, how much input did you have on the defensive side? What did you see out there that you really liked? Obviously, y'all were in two high safeties quite a bit and things. There was a little bit of a nuance change. I'm not saying big-time high safeties, but you know what I mean? What did you see out there you really liked? And obviously getting that huge play at the end had to be a huge boost.
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought we stopped the run better, and I thought that we did mix up some of the looks. Did a lot of conversations this week and was involved with some different things. But I thought we changed some things up, just how we did things structurally on game day, which again, we'll look at the film and analyze that and see how that went. But I thought for the most part they played with good energy. They prepared well during the week. Everybody was on the same page. There were some in-game adjustments that were done, much better and more efficient than the week before.
And Matt Barnes was calling a lot of the defense, and Kerry, you moved him upstairs. Just what were the thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, everybody has input on the game plan, but Matt was calling it today, and Kerry was up there, and helping and doing a lot, in-game adjustments and things like that.
Over here to the left, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
You gave Trevion the start. Obviously, that paid off. What had you seen in him that made you decide that, and just kind of assess his performance?
Since he's come here, he's worked really hard. He's been very mature. Does not act like a freshman, and takes his job very, very seriously. I thought he ran hard today. I thought our offensive line really established the line of scrimmage, and we were able to control the game at times. I thought the tight ends played hard, blocked well. But when he gets to the second level, he gives us that opportunity to come out the back end and hit home runs, which you saw in the first game, and then you saw a few times today.
Ryan Williams didn't play at all. Is he healthy? Was that just
He is healthy, yeah.
Third row back, Colin Gay, Rivals.
Is there a certain level of balance that you're still striving for on offense between the passing game and the rushing game?
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate. And I don't know if we've hit our stride totally in that area, and so that's the job of our staff. That's the job of the leaders of the offense to find that balance. And the one thing about this defense, they did a very good job. They play a 3-down front. And they force you to kind of take those 5- and 6-yard carries, and see if you're patient enough to do that. And so we had to get a little bit big today and run the ball, and we knew that was going to be the case, which around here can be a little frustrating for in the pass game. But the other thing too is we got to stop with the penalties. We had 3 false starts, I believe. We got the face mask on the big throw to Chris. Those are the things that really hurt you. So, again, a lot of things to learn and grow on. But, again, a lot of young guys in there, playing early on, and so they have to learn, but they got to grow up quick.
Front row middle, Clay Hall, WSYX.
A couple things on the secondary, Seven Banks return. How did he work his way back?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's practicing much better, and we'll look at the film and see how he played and evaluate it and go from there.
You had a couple of picks, Cam Martinez on the pick six. You had a third, I guess, that was overturned. How was that part of the thing jiving?
Well, I mean, you're starting to see guys challenge the ball, which is exciting, and getting their hands on passes. And I'd like to see a little bit more of a pass rush. It was good to see Tyleek get that one, but we got to do a little bit better job of making the quarterback uncomfortable. But I thought the coverage overall, there were times where it was solid. Still too many things in zone, just a couple guys running free on some things. But we are challenging, we are getting better, and you're seeing some young guys make some plays.
Over here, far left, Bill Landis, The Athletic.
Ryan, if Mayan was healthy, why didn't he play today?
Yeah, I mean, we're just, we were playing the hot hand there. I thought Masters practiced well. Mayan did miss one of the practices this week and wasn't feeling well. So, those guys practiced a little bit better. And it wasn't like, we were holding him out, but Travion was hot. And so, Coach Alford went with him.
And then, again, we asked you this before. CJ, at times when he misses a throw, he'll work out his shoulder or grab his shoulder. And I know you expect your quarterback to play through stuff, but if his shoulder is impacting his ability to throw the ball at all, is it his best interest or the offense's best interest to play him?
Yeah, I mean, he's, everybody works through, different injuries and different sorenesses and things like that. And, no, I mean, he's been practicing well, and he'll continue to do so.
Right next door, Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Ryan, did you have to spend more time with the defense this week than usual? And if so, that maybe impact how much time that you got to spend around your starting quarterback?
The answer is yes. But moving forward, I think we have a good plan on defense, and so, but it's going to be something I'm going to have to, I'm the head coach, so have to make sure that it's right in the way that we want it, and we all got to be on the same page because ultimately I'm responsible for it. So, I've been in some of those meetings. Usually I'm not, but want to just make sure that things are running the way that I see them.
Right next door, Rob Aller, Columbus Dispatch.
CJ's having growing pains, that's probably to be expected, but how do you balance the patience of sticking with a guy and when he's making the overthrows and maybe thinking, do we try something new, do we try something else? Just how do you work that out?
I mean, I still think he threw some good balls. He did miss a couple for sure, but it would have been nice to get that big throw in the fourth quarter to Chris, because that was a big time throw, and then he came back with a touchdown play to Garrett. So I mean, there's still a lot of good going on. I thought, again, coming off of last week, for throwing for over 400 something yards. I mean, he's played well. I mean, he's gonna miss some throws. I mean, but he's learning and he's growing, and it's his third start, and so we'll keep building from here.
You want to see him improve a little bit.
I'll watch the film and see, but it's week to week. It's just anticipating and seeing things maybe and preparing so that when you get out there, you're like I said, anticipating and not reacting. Things like that.
Over here to the far right, Doug Lesmerises, Cleveland.com.
Ryan, is it a permanent move with Matt calling the defense going forward?
And we're going to watch the film and assess it and go back in there and that's kind of the way I see it moving forward right now as I sit here. Larry Johnson's obviously very, very involved, and has a lot of input on the game plan as well. So I mean, it's a team effort over there. But I think the way things went today was pretty smooth, and hopefully we can build on it.
How did you arrive at that final decision? Kerry was hired to come back here to be the coordinator. What was that decision-making process like for you?
Yeah, we took a hard look at it and had a lot of hard conversation and tried to figure out what gives us the best chance to move forward. And this is kind of the rhythm and the structure that we feel like right now is best suited for the defense.
And how was Kerry with that decision?
He's a professional. He's an Ohio guy. He's from the state of Ohio. He's got a lot of pride, and he just wants to win. And so he's still very much a big part of this defense and a big part of Ohio State.
Over here, front row right, Austin Ward, Letterman Row.
Ryan, you talked earlier in the week about needing to see progress today. You walked in and said you saw a few things that you were encouraged by. As you leave tonight and before you get into the film, do you think that you saw as much progress as you expected today, or do you leave a little uncertain about that?
I don't know. I mean, again, I'll watch the film and see. There were some really good things. Like we said, you look at the numbers, running the ball and stopping the run. I mean, that was a huge emphasis. But, where do we come up short in other areas? So I don't know. It'd be hard to answer that right now. I'll probably have a better idea on Tuesday. Like I always do after a win, relieved.
Right next door, Brendan Gulick, Buckeyes Now on Sports Illustrated.
Coach, through 3 games now that you have a little bit of a sample size, in general, I realize you've lost one of those 3, but pleased with the direction that this team is moving?
I mean, after today, there was a step in the right direction for sure. You know, how far we'll find out after watching the film. But yeah, I mean, there was definitely things to build on, and you know, it's a long road, and if we can keep building and keep getting better in certain areas, then hopefully we can peak as we head into conference play here. But again, this is a journey yet to be determined, and that's the fun part about coaching college football, is that, you know, year in and year out, the dynamics change, the people change, and this is a unique challenge. This is a new journey that we're on.
How would you assess the toughness of the defense so far, especially in the first half, you know, holding a couple of field goals after long drives?
Like I said, I thought they showed toughness today. I thought they showed, you know, some energy out there. I thought that they tackled better. You know, and they get that 1 3rd down stop, which was good. So overall, pretty good.
We're going to go way in the back. Tom Orr, Buckeye Scoop.
Ryan, right before the half, you guys get the ball back, kind of near midfield, and you take a knee instead of maybe taking a shot at the end zone. What went into that thought process?
I mean, I think if we were on the, you know, in the plus territory, you probably would have taken a shot. But when you're, I think we were on the minus 45. You know, to throw it 55 yards into the end zone, first off, that takes a while, and you know, disasters can happen. I just kind of wanted to get into the halftime and regroup from there.
Over here, far left, Patrick Murphy, 24/7 Sports.
Ryan, you touched on Travion, you know, showing you guys things, but what has he done to earn that start, and then the plays that he was able to make today, how big can that be if he can continue to do that at running back?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, each running back is different, but he's somebody that can hit home runs, and that's special, and he has that special talent that, you know, when you give it to him and he gets to the second level, he makes a guy miss. It could be a home run, and that's a whole different dynamic. And you know, he's going to have to learn to make, you know, an ugly 3 and 4 and turn a gain of 4 to 5 or 6 and not look for that home run all the time. But that's the give and take that you have with somebody like Travion. But what an exciting start to his freshman career here, or freshman year.
Got time for just a couple more. Second row left, Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
Ryan, not having Zach Harrison today, how long do you foresee you guys being out with him? Just what's the latest on him, and how do you think you guys did without him?
We're hoping to get him back to practice next week, and you know, it was kind of a game time decision, and we felt like the best thing for him to do was to hold him for this game, and then hope to get him back next week.
Mayor Munford, can you give us an update, any kind of assessment? I mean, long term?
It doesn't look long term. Yeah, how long, I don't know, but you know, the pictures that were taken and everything does not look long term, so that's good.
And final question, second row left, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com. Oh, that was your question. Far back row deep, Spencer Smith, Letterman Row.
Ryan, it seems like you guys are going through a little bit of a youth movement on defense. How do you kind of balance being displeased with the way you see the defense, but also know that the first and second year guys are going to have those?
A lot of deep breaths, yeah, a lot of deep breaths. But it is exciting. Like when you see a guy like Cam Martinez return a ball for a touchdown, you see Denzel Burke, you know, have an interception. I got overturned, but it was one heck of a play. And then you see a guy like Tyleik Williams pop and sack the quarterback in a big spot. I mean, those are really encouraging things, and there were other things too. Like you said, I mean, it's kind of that give and take. You know, there's going to be growing pains along the way, but whatever you invest in these guys, you're going to get back here in the future, and that's the exciting part here. I think we have a really exciting young team here. I mean, you look at those guys, you look at Travion, you see some of the guys we have up front in the O-line. So our quarterback's young. I mean, we're young, but we're also talented. So if we can keep building and get stronger, then the future is going to be really, really bright.
Right. Coach, thank you very much. Yeah, just, hey guys, go ahead and lower the mic so they're right in front of your mouths. And folks, here we've got Cam Brown to your far right. We have Cam Martinez in the middle, and we have Ronnie Hickman to your left. We'll open up the floor for questions. Tim May, Letterman Row.
Cam Martinez, got to ask about this, man. Did you revert back to your offensive ways there after you got the ball in your hands? But just what did it feel like to make a play like that today? Everybody questioning the defense. Was the defense going to come to play, et cetera, and you cap it off with that?
Yeah, I mean, it felt good. I mean, I had all the confidence in the world that during that play, during that drive, that we were going to get a pick. I didn't know who was going to get it. Luckily, it was me. I just had the confidence, and I just knew once I caught it that my teammates were going to have my back too and make all the right blocks and take it to the house.
Yeah, you were going in there like a lot of man coverage. It looked like, or at least when they had groups out there, you were kind of a special guy today from the standpoint of being substitute. What was your role today?
Just do whatever the coaches had me to do. I mean, we played a lot of man, and that's what they wanted me to do, and they prepared me the right way to do that, and we had a lot of success in that today.
Left, front row, middle, Dan Hope, 11 Warriors.
Kim Brown, for you, you guys gave up 428 passing yards today. Just when you look at that number, I mean, what's kind of your reaction to that, and what do you think it was that maybe didn't quite click on the pass defense today?
We just got to go back and look at film and get a lot of stuff tightened up and go to work next week. So this shit won't happen. My bad. This stuff won't happen again.
Same for you. I mean, when you look at that, like 420 passing yards, like what do you look at and see, maybe didn't click today, but you guys need to do better?
Improvement. Simple as that. Just improvement.
Right next door, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Yeah, probably for Cam Brown and Ronnie. Describe what this week was like for you guys on defense, to have the criticism that you guys faced. Kerry Combs didn't call plays this week. I mean, what's this week been like, and what's the resolve among your unit?
We had to just tone all the outside noise out and just go to practice every day and just keep going.
Yeah, kind of like what Cam said. We just had to block that out and just get back to our roots, focus, practice hard to do the little things right. I think it showed a little bit today. We just got to get better.
Second row right, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
For both of you again, obviously there was a change made with Coach Combs going upstairs and Coach Barnes coming down to the field. Did you guys notice anything different this week about just during the game, plays being called in a different way? Did anything change as far as just how things are working structurally for you guys?
Not really. I think the coaches did a good job of communicating through the headsets to us, so I wouldn't say it was that much of a change.
Same thing, what he said.
Two deep safety, though, pretty good. A little bit today, which seemed to be a big change. What did it feel like out there on the field? Did it seem effective?
A part of playing big-time college football is you got to be able to adapt to the new thing. So I think myself and Bryson and the other safeties did a good job of it today. We just got to do better.
Deep right, Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row.
Cam Martinez, you guys, a lot of young guys are making plays right now in this defense. What's it like for you guys to all be out there? You didn't really get a season last year to get those reps. Now you're starting to get out there a lot. What is that just like for you guys?
I mean, it's really fun. It's something that we always talked about. I mean, us three, that's something that we always talk about too. And we see each other every day, and we just always envision what plays we can make and what we can do. And we have all the confidence in the world to do that. So it's a great time to be out there with my guys.
Far left, Bill Landis, The Athletic.
Cam Martinez, when did they come to you and kind of tell you that you were going to be the slot guy, kind of in that nickel package? And I guess how did it feel for them to sort of incorporate something that made you a major part of the game plan?
Yeah, I mean, they always just kind of talk about be ready. They put us in positions in practice to always, stay ready and to be successful. And that's just kind of what they've been doing every week. And, my name was called this weekend. And it was really fun. I had a blast doing everything that they had me do.
Right next door, Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Both Cams. Both of you guys were people who had to make transitions to the defensive side when you got to Ohio State. When did you really start to feel comfortable playing in these roles that maybe you'd never done before you got to college?
I probably started feeling comfortable around my sophomore year. I finally started to realize and understand the defense and make adjustments from my offensive knowledge and change over the defense.
Yeah, I probably would say, this year going into fall camp was when I really felt comfortable. That's a really good question for him because, he was kind of my role model and mentor, pushed me through that and guided me through that. And just the way he did it is kind of the way I try to do it too. And, I think it's going good right now.
Immediately make an impact, and he's kind of in the same situation as you guys. Is that impressive for you guys to see him come in and kind of get comfortable right away?
Not really. I mean, he just kind of when he came in, the moment he came in, he's just been that type of player. So it's no surprise to me. He just keeps on getting better. He's going to be a really good player, and he is a really good player right now.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. Anything else for these guys? Okay, front row right over here, Austin Ward, Letterman Row.
Cam Brown, after what you went through for the last 11 months or so, you've got your hand on the football a couple times in the last 2 weeks, and it still doesn't look like maybe you're fully healthy. How much further do you have to go, and how satisfied are you with the way that you've played to get back out there?
To me personally, I feel like I'm never satisfied. I feel like I just want to be the best out there. and just different obstacles keep coming, and I just keep on taking on challenge. Just keep going every day.
You were asked about the number of passing yards today. You balance that with some of the interceptions and PBUs that you had. How would you describe that outing just for the secondary collectively today? Maybe just mixed bag, probably mixed emotions for you.
I mean, it's always stuff to work on. The game's never perfect, so it's just different things come up. You have to make adjustments and keep going.
And we'll go final questions for the DBs here. Clay Hall, front row, WSYX.
Yeah, do you feel like there's an evolution starting? You guys are getting some, I don't know, confidence playing with each other. Ryan Day said that he sees players now challenging the receiver, challenging the ball. Are you feeling more at home because you are so young?
I would say that we kind of always felt like we were at home. Coaches, they do the best job of putting us in positions to be successful and do what we have to do to play freely. And they've been doing that a lot this whole season. And it's just, it's been going really well right now. And I feel like our group has all the confidence in the world to be the best defense we can be.
Great. Gentlemen, thank you very much. All right, folks, right at the middle, we've got Travion Henderson, and to your left, Nicholas Petit-Frere. We'll open it up. Austin Ward, Letterman Row.
Trey, I know you had confidence in your ability coming in. Did you think something like this would be possible in the first month of your career?
I wasn't expecting something like this, but I had like I said, told y'all before the season, I had a lot of big goals for myself. And I reached one of my goals today, but I got plenty more, so I got to keep working.
This was one that you've written down?
Yep, yeah.
Second row right, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
Nick, I guess just from your standpoint, watching Trevion have the game he did today, we talked to you earlier this week about how Coach Day wanted that balance back in the offense. What did you feel like the offensive line did better today to kind of springboard this?
We communicated more. We had a lot more trust in each other and just learning and understanding the plays and everything like that. But it's a team effort. At the end of the day, we had a lot of great tight ends that blocked it well. Wide receivers is blocked. CJ made a lot of good reads to hand the ball off when he needed to. And Trevion obviously had an amazing day. Couldn't be more proud of him. He's probably one of the best players we have here, and he's worked so hard from the beginning when he got here to now. It's just everything's kind of going for him and it's showing out. So.
Second row left, Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
Trevion, was there a point this week where you thought you were going to get a workload like this, 20-plus carries, or did it come by surprise?
Came by surprise for real. I mean, we all worked hard this week, but I wasn't expecting to get a lot of carries, but I ended up getting a lot of carries. So.
Far left, Rob Aller, Columbus Dispatch.
Pretty rare company, Archie Griffin. You broke his record. Have you ever met Archie? Have you ever watched, I know it's way back in the day, ever watched any of his film, anything like that? What do you know about him other than the Heisman?
No, I never met him, but I watched his film a lot. I watched a lot of the past Ohio State running back film. So.
And what impressed you about him?
Well, he was a great player. Everybody know he was a great player. So, yeah.
Front row middle, Dan Hope, 11 Warriors.
For Nicholas, how did Thayer going down affect you guys, and how do you feel like Matthew Jones stepped into that role?
Losing Thayer is a big loss. Like I said at the beginning of the season, Thayer is one of our most important offensive linemen, and he's a leader not only on the offensive line but the offense and the team in general. He's been a staple for a few years, but things like this happen. Like last year, we had people that went down. I had to be out. Josh Myers had to be out. We had a few guys that had to not be able to play, and when that happened, we said that the next guy up and their number had to be called. So, like last year, it happened again. So Matt Jones stepped in. He did an amazing job. Communicated really well with me and Luke, our center, and he had an amazing day. I think he had a really good day on the offensive line, and just couldn't be prouder of him. Just stepping in and fulfilling his role when his number was called.
Far left, Tony Girdman, Buckeye Scoop.
Trevion, when did you find out you were going to get the start?
I didn't know until before the game started. He was like, "I go first." So.
What else is on your freshman list?
I can't put that out there. That's just between me. That's just between me.
Far left, Bill Landis, The Athletic.
Trey, when you went out of the game for a little bit, that hit looked kind of awkward. Was that one of those things where you just like you thought maybe you were going to hurt yourself because the play was kind of weird, and then you ended up actually not being all that hurt?
Yeah. So I went down, and I think it was the nose. He came down on my knee, and I felt like it almost snapped. So it was just like a reaction. I'm trying to hurry up and get my knee out, but luckily I came out healthy and everything was straight.
You looked fine, but you felt pretty good after that too, like no worse for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Back row, far right, Lori Schmidt, Columbus Dispatch.
Trevion, you said you met one of your goals today. I know you don't want to discuss what else is still on the list, but what goal specifically did you meet this afternoon?
Breaking the all-time. It was the rushing yards one. I forgot which one it was, but yeah, that was it. Yeah, breaking that one. That was one of them.
Right next door, Doug Lesmerises, Cleveland.com.
Trevion, I'm just trying to make sure I understand it. When you were getting landed on like that and you thought maybe something was happening, did you feel like you pulled your leg out of there before something worse could have happened? Or, I mean, it did look like there was a chance for something to really be bad there.
Yeah, exactly. I tried to hurry up and pull my leg out of there because if he would have stayed on there a little bit longer, my knee probably would have been through. So luckily, I was able to pull it out.
Just like seconds sometimes, right? 1 second can make a difference.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Front row middle, Tim May, Letterman row.
Yeah, Trevion, I texted Archie after you broke his record, single-game rushing record, and whatever. I said 49 years is a pretty long time to have a record, right?
Yeah.
But he said, you're going to be spectacular. When you hear a two-time Heisman Trophy winner say things like that about you, I don't know, how does that buoy you just having a day like today and then having a guy like that talk about you like that?
Yeah, it's a blessing. I'm excited right now, but at the same time, I got to keep this going. I can't just let this be a one-time thing. I got to stay hungry and go back to practice this week coming up and work hard again and do it again next Saturday.
And with a quickie for Nick, you had a good day today too. DeJuan Jones at times seemed to be blocking 3 people at once. I'm being a little hyperbolic there, but could you notice what kind of day he was having?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it on the sidelines. We would always come back and talk about what's happened on the play, on certain plays and stuff like that. But, DeJuan's an amazing player, so it doesn't surprise me that he was having a great day, I told you before that we were hungry this week, every single one of us, from the offense to the defense. We all just wanted to go back out there and compete. So it's great to hear that you guys also saw that he was out there competing his butt off and everything like that. So it's just a testament to him and the work that he's made throughout his years here and him being able to put it out onto the field.
Guys, we've got time for just 2 more. We've got to let these guys get to their families. Brendan Gulick, Buckeyes Now on Sports Illustrated, to the right.
Question for each of you. Start with you, Trevion. The idea that, this is all kind of new to you and you're trying to get comfortable. You got a couple games under your belt. I'm interested in who you've been leaning on to, build some of that comfort and routine. And Nick, you've got the smile on your face as you're watching him answer these questions. There's clearly this sense of pride. How have you seen him grow?
You want me to? Yeah, I'll answer that first. Really, just the older guys. When I look into their eyes, I can see how bad they want it. So, I know I'm playing beside a bunch of dogs. So, I don't get nervous or anything before the game no more because I can look into their eyes and see how bad they want it.
And you're talking about me having pride for a Trey. I mean, like I said, he's probably one of the hardest workers we have, especially him coming in. And the way that he's worked and the way that he's shown his work ethic through day in and day out, not only on the field, but also in the weight room and also in the meeting rooms. I mean, he's one of the toughest players we have, especially in that running back room. So it's just nice to see all of his work and all of his efforts being able to be paid out. So at the end of the day, we're all a team and we're just happy for each other. You know what I mean? At the end, whatever records are broken, whatever games we win or whatever happens, we're just happy for each other whenever someone's accomplishing something, because that means as a team, we're accomplishing something at the end of the day.
And final questions, front row, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Trevion, Coach Day said that what makes you special is when you get to the second level, you're always a home run threat. Describe what you see, what you feel when you get to that level, and also, was your single best move pulling your leg out of that pile?
Really, it's all just natural. I try not to think too hard and stuff like that. When the time comes, it's all natural. So, yeah, and probably that was the best move, pulling my knee out of there and getting my knee out of there.
Great. Gentlemen, thank you very much.